So let's talk about the latest thing going around in town about women who are boss ladies, and boss ladies can mean different things in different contexts for different people. But I'm talking about women who say at least they are acclaimed boss ladies. That's how they carry themselves. Maybe they are CEOs of organizations, founders, co-founders, top executives, yeah, and the top leadership and everything in between. The women in this category are women who financially they are not suffering, they are doing well for themselves in according to the metrics that they use to measure what that means, and everything in between seems to be moving good in their life, at least from the outside. But then these women, because of their kind of circle that they keep, either women who have gone through divorce and are are doing powerfully well in their industries despite their divorce, or friends who are just uninterested in getting married. Some of these women, and I'm talking to some of you watching this, they are secretly desirous of marriage, but they don't know how to voice it out. So therefore, they just go with the bandwagon effect of just saying what every other person is saying about marriage, even though that is not their true intention. Having a heart-to-heart conversation with you, for me, the straight thing to, and I'm going to be saying to you is, if as a boss lady watching this, you have to be honest with yourself about what you want, because at the end of the day, it is your life. I think many times people forget that there's this heads mentality of, oh, we are the girl power club and we're just having this time of our lives. I understand. And you're on travel trips together and all these nice and great things. But no matter how much you go together in a group and you pray together and you do all these things together, which is great, please don't get it wrong. I'm a queen of community. By the grace of God, I'm privileged to lead communities for the past 10 years officially. Unofficially, is definitely more than 10 years. I know the importance of that, but I also know the importance of being authentic and asking yourself, what do I really want? And where does what I want lead me to? So if you're a boss lady and you find yourself in that situation where you are very uncomfortable to tell your friends the true desire of how you want to get married and build a family, and even just be the kind of wife that they don't expect. First of all, I advise you to come in for coaching so that we can speak about that, because it has a lot to do with identity, some identity challenges that we need to deal with. If you are moving with a group mentality without truly thinking, and if you have thoughts but it's difficult for you to break out because, oh, you guys are boss ladies, or or you guys, how you've been perceived on the internet, or you're currently perceived, or you think that they won't bring businesses for you, or they will think that you are desperate because you're like, oh, I want to be a wife, and being a wife is part of what I want to do. I want to raise children. I want to, I want to clean my house. I want to cook. I want to take care of my husband. And as he's taking care of me as well, there are some things that you have said that, as my friends, that I don't subscribe to. And, things are difficult. You're finding it hard to break out from that group. But that's what you stand for. Like I said, coming for coaching and counseling. Let's talk about that. But some of the tips I will share is, number one, authenticity is not always going to sit right with everybody. Sometimes, unfortunately, those closest to you. So you have to be willing to pick at the stage of your life. And the person I'm talking about now, I don't assume that you're a baby. So you also don't have lifetime to be wasting. Okay, you don't have that lifetime to be wasting trying to please people. So you need to come out, you need to appreciate your friends and what they stand for and all that. But if you have learned, and this happens a lot of times when you are learning and unlearning and relearning something that your friends aren't, Maybe you guys just hold this mentality, or you've held a good example is maybe you've held this mentality in your girls group that you are never going to cook in your marriage, that you are just never going to cook. But you learned somewhere and you went through some relearning and unlearning process, and you just realized, by the way, I have a video on cooking, you should definitely check that out. And you learn that it's not as deep as the way women are taking it this day and age. As long as the person doesn't press your destiny down, there's really no big deal about cooking. It shouldn't be a thing of I will never do it. It has moved from, oh, let's do it together, to I will never. But I'm not getting into that conversation now, because I have already dealt with this in a particular video, which you should check on my playlist. Okay, I'm just using cooking as an example. There are other things, maybe finances. You started to learn that, this doesn't make sense, this makes sense, but your girls group think that no, what they think and what you guys have agreed on is what makes sense. You have to choose, where's the head, where do I want my life to be at the end of my life. If you want to see yourself continually in this girl group being authentic, then you take actions and decisions along that line. If you want to see yourself living your authenticity, even if you never get married, let's even assume you never get, let's even remove the marriage. Let's not make it look as if, oh, it's either your girls or married. Even if you never get married, but you want to see yourself separated in your thinking, and you want to be freer, and you want to be authentic, and you want to be, the word is free to say, hey, I challenge this thinking, I don't think it is right, I know it's unconventional from what we think as girl bosses and all that, but I don't think there's anything wrong now. Then you start taking actions along that line. What are the actions going to look like? Say, I can really only specify for you when you come to me in private coaching, but those actions is different for different people. One of the things would be maybe at least getting ready to lose some friends, is because when you communicate your differences, either you lose them, they lose you, or you people respect each other more, depending on the dynamics of your group. Okay, so but I don't want a situation, because there are a lot of boss lady things out there right now that is not really serving for marriage, just because a lot of ladies are acting from the trauma that they have seen their father, that they've seen their father go through, put their mother through, and they're just like, hey, like, is I'm just going to flip the switch, and they want another person's son to suffer for it. But like, it's not their husband's fault for what their daddy did. For it's not your future's husband's fault for what your daddy did to your mom. Do you get? So you have to sit down, go through the healing process that you need to go through, and you need to do the needful to make sure that you are aligned. Because some of these things are some of the reasons why some men find it difficult to even get together with certain kind of women, and men have their own. In the other videos that I've dealt with, we speak about that. So this is not about, oh, are you telling me to press me? You know how women sometimes always hear things you are not saying. That's not what this conversation is about. This conversation is just about a man who wants to get married to you for the long haul, doesn't want a marriage where he's contending. It's not a boxing match. He wants a marriage where there's respect, where there's honor, there's mutual respect from both of you, and there's submission. Submission doesn't mean being subservient. It means, and I give the literal interpretation on one of my videos. Please watch the playlist so that you can get all those details, all those fine details. But it really speaks to allowing the leadership of your husband in terms of his provision, his headship, just him being the covering over you. That's what it really speaks to. And I'm paraphrasing now. I did an extensive detailing explanation on that in one of the other videos you can find on my playlist. So it's not the way people are thinking, like, kneel down and stand up. But that's not really what it is. It's coming to say, and that is the whole concept. But that is supposed to be the whole concept of having his surname and all that in the submission arena, because you're like, hey, you know what, I submit to your lordship and your provision. Please know that provision is not only money. Definitely money is a part of it, but it's not only money. So I don't want your minds going left and right while I'm talking. So I'm trying to bring you back to the main conversation, okay? But I'm submitted to your lordship and I'm ready to build a vision with you. Let's not forget that this married thing is not to feel happy, but also to build a vision and to build, yeah, a vision, a legacy through your family, expanding God's kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. That's what it really is about. So think about what this video is really a video for you to think about what I've said. As a boss lady, you want to, there's nothing wrong with you being a boss lady. The problem is many people don't know how to balance that out. So you, the same bossness you are carrying in quote from the office, you want to bring it to your home. It doesn't, your home is not the office. All those things, like, those are the things you need to unlearn, relearn. But the thing is, unbeknownst to some people, they are carrying that energy around, and some guys that are saying it are just like, I don't even want stress for my life. There's a video where I said why influential. What was the title of the video? Anyways, why sometimes popular men go and marry unpopular ladies? Because all of time, self, all the kind of marriages we've seen of popular versus popular. There's this popular one now, this Hollywood marriage that comes to mind. They were both actors. Sorry, I can't remember the name right now. Maybe for good, I can't remember their names. But in search, they were Nollywood, they were Hollywood. Even I didn't believe that they were going to divorce because they were adopting children together and all that. You may know their name now because at least the news went round that they were, trying to adopt children. They were trying to do good together, but a lot of times good is not necessarily, doing good may not necessarily be the right thing. Good is not necessarily right. That's something to ponder on. But at the end of the day, their marriage did not work out. It's not because they are popular, though. It's just because a lot of times people who are popular and court fame and allow the fame to intoxicate them, what they do is they stop. They are used to putting self first over others, and marriage is a very selfless institution. So I'll leave you with that. I'll leave you with that for now. I'm Sagenel, and you can check my YouTube channel to see all the things that I speak about. Okay, check my YouTube channel to see all the things that I speak about. Especially, I have conversations with thought leaders to help you on your journey of finding a meaning and making sure that you're living a purposeful life. And I help women meet and marry their husbands, and I help men too meet and marry their wives, and we do that through various ways. So please check the link in the description to find ways I can help you. And do not forget to watch the playlist. We have a Meet Your Husband playlist of over 100 videos at the time of this recording. Please do well to watch it. Share your comments. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. You'll love it here. Follow me on Instagram at sage_nell. And I want you to share topics that you want me to speak on, or share questions. But most importantly, please do not forget to reach out to me privately for coaching if you are at that space. I mean, and you definitely should be. At least check the description. You get one or two resources that you can get started with. I'll see you in my next video, but you can see me on videos that you may have missed. Thank you for watching.